You know, the training camp season is long, and it takes a while to finish up, and you're trying to figure out what to make heads or tails out of and what means something or not. Video coming out, was it a couple times of Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson having an animated conversation on the sideline where it looks like voices may be raised? It looks certainly demonstrative, and you know, there's a lot of lip readers, and you can try and hear what they're saying to each other. And, you know, both of them are basically saying it's much ado about nothing. And before I, if you will, weigh in on the subject matter, let's hear from both of them. Both of them were asked about it today. Here's first Garrett Wilson on the subject.
I mean, those videos, they look a certain way, and you know, we're both passionate guys out on the football field, you know. And, I mean, I was just telling Jared, like, I'm a different guy out on the field than I am, you know, whenever y'all see me after the game or whatever it may be. And Aaron's kind of the same way. So it's really just a conversation that we're both like-minded. You know, we're trying to figure out a way to attack our defense, and he'll tell me why he needed me at this depth. You know, I'll play receiver, so I'm like, man, I was open here. You know, that's just how I am, you know. And with that, it may look how it looks on social. And honestly, I try not to worry about it too much because it's not real. You know, when me and him are out there having those conversations and you know, getting the way we are, we're getting better. You know, we're getting better. We're gaining the understanding for each other and the way we go about things, the way we think and interpret the game. So it's truly enlightening for me every time we have convos like that. And, you know, despite how it may look, and just because I am an emotional, passionate guy, so when we lose, and I might look a certain way, but in reality, all those conversations, those things are helping me, you know, to be better for Aaron, because he can make your life real easy.
That's Garrett Wilson on the subject matter. Here's Aaron Rodgers now.
Okay.
There's often appearance versus reality in life and on the football field, and what it appears to be might not always be what the reality actually is, as far as whether or not we're upset with each other. We're just passionately talking about the details of a situation that might not have to do with either of us. So G and I got a great relationship. We spend time together off the field. On the field, there's a way of doing things that we both agree on, and when it doesn't look exactly how we want it to, sometimes there's some side conversations that happen. I love those conversations, though. I mean, it's about the details. It's about winning. It's about seeing what he sees. You know, he's got to get on my page, but I got to get on his page too, because he's got a whole book that I need to understand fully of skill set and ability and feel and rhythm and all the different things that he does out there. So those are good conversations. They might appear to be much more heated than they are, but there's usually a smile on our face afterwards, at least one of us.
All right. You know who also loves that conversation between the two of them? I love it. I love it, man. Love it. It's great. It's training camp. It's like 95 degrees out, 100 degrees out. You got two alpha guys who think they know how to do it better or best, or the way that they're trying to communicate with each other. It's demonstrative. Who cares? This is, and by the way, this is players' laboratories, man. Now everybody's got a camera, and you know what I mean. Sometimes there's going to be arguments. There's sometimes, Chris, you and I will have an argument in front of everybody.
Yeah, we're seeing things different thought, different opinion, and that's totally fine and constructive.
Of course, I think so, especially when you realize I'm right at the end.
Here, Coach.
No, and we all have it here. You know what I mean? And
me and Del Tufo yelled at each other about half an hour.
But we're not. There are no fans standing by here, with cameras while we're going through we're going through our pre-show conversation.
Exactly.
And I kind of think it's healthy. And of course, everybody, well, they're just saying it. And plus, this is also part and parcel. Like, if not to keep revisiting this, but if Rodgers had more than 4 snaps last year, he'd already know the book.
Right.
That he's trying to learn.
Right.
He'd already know the book. He'd know tendencies. He'd know, like, they had 17 games together last year. They wouldn't be having to go through this right now. But this is rolling that same rock up that same hill again. Yeah. And Rodgers has to know. He knows. Of course he does. If he's going to go where he wants to go by the end of his career, that kid is going to help lead him and sometimes needs the leadership. And the same thing, Garrett Wilson, I can personally attest to this. He from the Ohio State is not used to have his brains beaten in. He is not used to everything that's happened to him since he left campus, at Columbus, with the exception of, one Saturday in November. Well, no, listen.
Rich.
But in all seriousness, he's not used to it. And who's going to get him out of it? Number 8.
Number 8. Got to get used to that.
I know that. I kind of dig it. We shouldn't be seeing it.
Well, it goes back to what we were talking about with the missing the OTAs and stuff. Is it going to matter on game day?
Well, I mean,
probably not. I mean, just a sideline discussion that's made public.
You don't think that there's video of one point where Irvin's going at it with Aikman somewhere?
Come on, there is.
You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, no camera phones back then, so it's
Well, I'm talking about even during a game.
I'm sure it happened.
They need each other. They know they need each other. They know they can be special together. That's the way I'm taking it. That's the way I'm taking it. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.